Good morning. So today I wanted to talk about the 5 stages of grief. Yeah, this is something that we see all the time in resumption matters that people go through, and it's just natural that they do. So what are the 5 stages of grief? Well, generally they're shock, then denial, anger, then depression, and then acceptance. And let's talk about that in the resumption process, because we see that people, when they first find out that their property is going to be resumed by the government, whether that's the whole of the property or even part of it, they go into shock. It's like, why has my property been taken? And people start to question, is that legal? Can the government do that? Unfortunately, it is. It's in the Constitution that the government can do that. So shock is the first thing that happens, and then they go into denial. And we see this happen quite regularly, where people go, well, this won't actually go ahead, because the first notice you get is usually something from the government saying that we might want to take your property and we're just investigating it. Then people start getting into the denial phase, where they start thinking, well, that's just not going to happen. And, the government's never going to take my property, and they go into a big fight with the government department that they're going to lose, and they end up spending a lot of time and money and energy on something that isn't going to be successful. So they go into the denial phase, and then what happens is, when that doesn't come up, then they get angry. And they get angry based on the fact that, why, they're going back to the questioning, why is the government able to do this? Why is it that they can do this? And they get angry, and we see it all the time. And this is a really important phase. Just recognize that you're going to get angry, and you need to move through it. Because when you move through it, then you get into what can be the most dangerous out of all the phases, which is depression. And this is where, you're depressed over the fact that your property's been taken. And you start thinking like, the world's going to come to an end, or you're just not going to be able to move forward. So you want to make sure that you recognise that that's what you're going through, and get through into acceptance. And once you accept that it's going to happen, that's when you're going to realise that on the other side of it, and all the resumptions I've done over 20 years of being a lawyer, I can only think of 1 or 2 where the person's come out on the other side and said, I'm in a worse position. Most of the time, when someone's property's been resumed and they go and move somewhere else with all the additional items, they actually, at the end of the day, realise, I'm in a better position than I was before this occurred. So think about that. And if you are going to go through that, or if someone that is going through the resumption process, recognise the fact that they're going to go through the 5 stages of grief. That's perfectly normal. And one of the great things that we do is we help people through that process. We help people to understand where they're at, and really reassure them based on the years of experience that we've got, that we can help them and they can get through on the other side. Hope you have a great day. And if you know anyone affected by resumption, just give them a bit of latitude, and I'd be happy to talk to them and help them through the process. Have a great day. Bye.